Breaking news. Matt Rhule has announced that Nebraska will not be wearing alternate uniforms in 2024. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my instant reaction, why I believe this is bad for the Huskers, could possibly be good for the Huskers, and everything else in between. So really quick, we have a lot to talk about today. Make sure to hit that like button. If you're starting to get fired up about the season, 9 days away, but who's counting, right? And hey, if you're new to the channel or just a returning viewer, make sure to subscribe. I post a video talking Nebraska football every single day, and you're not going to want to miss what I have planned this fall. You should make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the family. But without further ado, let's get into it, talking about Nebraska football and Matt Rhule's announcement that the Huskers will not be wearing alternate uniforms this season for the first time in over a decade. And I, to say the truth, am not a fan of this move. I love alternate uniforms because I believe they add spunk to a program, they add flashiness, and honestly, they're geared toward the younger generation. And you know who's in that younger generation? The recruits. So that's my first talking point. You want to know why Oregon is so big on recruits' radars? Because they have the best swag, they have the best uniforms, they have the best colors. And for that reason, a lot of these recruits, they want to play for Oregon. They want to go over to Eugene and play for Dan Lanning. Not because they're winning football games, sure, that's part of it, but because they have great uniforms, they have great gear. Nebraska has great home and away uniforms. Don't get me wrong. I love what we have, but you need to add an alternate uniform here or there to add some spice to the program. Because why not? What's the point in not doing that? To look stupid? Okay, and I get it. A lot of times Nebraska alternate uniforms in the past have not looked great, but who says that happens this time? We have to roll the dice. We have to go out there and design a brand new uniform, because that's in the best interest of our recruiting, and that's in the best interest of the athletic department, because you've got to gear this program towards the younger generation, because that younger generation is going to be in the crowd for the next 40, 50, 60 years. Okay, so that's my first point. This hurts recruiting just a little bit, right? Not a huge deal, but the second thing is that there's always the talking point that Nebraska has a great history, and of course we won 5 national championships. Why would we mess it up and wear alternate uniforms that don't represent the program, that are completely different? And to that point, I would say, who cares? History is gone. That was a long time ago. Let's have fun as a program. Why not? It's not that deep, to be completely honest with you. Now, as for the uniforms I wanted to wear, I probably, I wouldn't mind rolling out the black uniforms. I wouldn't mind rolling out an all-white uniform. I wouldn't even mind rolling out an all-red at this point, because that's what the recruits like. Whenever recruits are visiting Lincoln, you want to know what uniforms they're wearing? Those uniforms, right? The all-whites, the all-reds. You don't ever see them wearing the normal home and aways. Okay, that should tell you something. Just putting it out there. So, I don't like this. But I will say one thing on why this could be a good thing for the Huskers. No alternate uniform is better than a bad alternate uniform. I'll repeat that. No alternate uniform is better than having a bad alternate uniform. We've had some bad alternate uniforms. You look at the last couple years where they basically put a stripe on the helmet, or they put a lining around the numbers on the jersey and call it different. Those are awful alternate uniforms for no reason. Okay, those were terrible. And that honestly didn't really help us for anything except for damage our brand. Now, it would help our brand if we had a good alternate like we used to have, back in the early 2010s. But I think this is better. If you're going to make a bad alternate, it's better just not have one at all. And looking at Adidas's track record, we have not had good alternates. But it's really not that hard, it's really not. Because we have all the pieces in front of us. We've had the black shirt uniforms, which some may love, some may dislike. I'm not the biggest fan, but I wouldn't mind them rolling that out there. Why not? Why freaking not? Let's have fun. That's my point. Let's go out there. Let's have fun as a program. It's not as deep as people might think. Oh, we're cursed in alternate uniforms. We can't do this. We're cursed as a program in general. We haven't made a bowl game in 8 years, so that talking point is out of the window. I'm not a huge fan of this. It's not groundbreaking. It doesn't change anything about the season. It's just one of those small little details that you like to have if you are a big fan of recruiting, if you're a big fan of how this program is shaping up for the next couple decades. You would like to add a couple alternate uniforms in the mix that you can perhaps repeat in the next couple years. So All right, Matt Rhule announced last night that Nebraska will not wear alternate uniforms in 2024. Let me know, what's your opinion? Do you like that? Do you dislike that? If we were going to wear an alternate, what would you want it to be? Let me know in the comment section down below. And hey, if you made this far in the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, folks, go Big Red, go Matt Rhule, and see you in the next one.